GM, welcome to From A to Z, an Aavegotchi podcast. I'm your host, Zombie Shepherd, and your other
I'm
host.
Xerox Zephi.
Yeah. How's it going,
Welcome
man?
to the show. Oh, it's busy season. It's always busy season. Doing good though. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. I mean, wrapped up the new year with a bunch of projects. I had a lot going on. We had the Habibi Secret Santa.
Ooh.
The Habibi Secret Santa wasn't due until the 1st, so like I had some time on that one, and
Pushed it
so
on.
like had a little time. Yeah, like
That turned out awesome though. I ended up seeing a copy of that. That was cool.
Yep.
The Hitchhiker.
That was cool, and the whole thing was so like inspiring that I did that Twitter thread about it because I was like, you know what? Let me do a shout out here. We borrowed the Secret Santa from Mark the Habibi and the Habibi community, and I mean, it's not like Secret Santa's proprietary or anything, but
That's where the inspiration came from. Little
Totally.
credit is due for sure.
exactly. And I love the vibe over there with the Habibis, so I was like, you know what? Let me do a good shout out here and let them know, that we borrowed their thing. And then I also got to share their artworks of other people. And yeah. So wrapped a bunch of projects. I got a bunch of music and stuff done. I got a bunch of stuff worked out. And then obviously we have the show update.
Oh yeah.
know,
Oh yeah. I've been
looking
doing
fresh.
between the show and between Bankless Style. I've been just wall to wall busy. Doing season transition stuff over there, working on a little bit of restructuring, I think, for AV Guild, and education department's getting some restructuring. Notion admin's going through changes. There's just so many moving pieces over there that between there and here, I'm definitely keeping busy. But it's all up only. It feels so good. I'm glad to be building in this space. So
Absolutely.
just gonna keep doing it. Just gonna keep doing it. So on that note, our From A to Z updates are bigly. Once again, we've been doing lots of back end work. Where both of us are every day we're finding something new, one way to level up. I was working on shorts last week, and we're working on artwork and all these things. So lots of efforts behind the scenes to get leveled up. We've got
I'm doing visual art now.
Right? We're all trying new stuff. brave new world. It's all new uncharted territory, but we're learning a lot.
Yeah,
it's valuable stuff. So looking forward to it. We've
actually,
got a new lens profile.
Funny? Yeah. It was actually the creative license is what set me free to do visual art because I wanted to create that creative license for Christmas, like for the Christmas present to Lynn's or whoever, because I'm actually going to go scoop up the rest of those and start dropping them to people who aren't on Lynn's.
Nice.
But anyway, point being that the creative license had to be visual. I had to do it by myself. So after that, I just started doing a lot more.
I probably should get back into it. I should try, even with AI. I got to get a rotation. We're going to need assets. We're going to need images. We're going to need clips for the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's.
I mean, yeah. Speaking of which, I guess I'll just drop this. I didn't tell you that. I haven't told you this yet either. But
I'm getting alpha line. All right.
Alpha for everybody. I'm actually going to drop a new song this week. Anybody who's been to, there was an episode of Zombie Time where I played one of my songs at the end that's never been released or heard by anybody but that one time. And I'm releasing that song on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but the reason I say that fits into this is because that's actually when that was actually one of the first things I ever made on AI was the album art for this thing. Like when I first got into DALL-E, I started working on the album art for this song. And I made the album art with DALL-E and then actually Gerline did the design, the text for it, but I asked her to do it for me. And then like, it wasn't like what I liked. So I was like, oh, send me the PSD and started doing it myself. So I guess like, that's when I was like, I need to do this. Like, this is what I'm going to have to do in general.
At least we have AI to help us speed that up a little bit.
Right. Rusty is on a tear. He's been crazy the last couple days. Even Bob is like trying to tell him you need to chill. Watch it. He'll be coming in front of the camera a few more times. It's not gonna.
That's all right. He's welcome. he's a welcome character now. We've seen Rusty a few times.
It's all good till he trips over the cable and the camera goes. I think we've had that happen a couple times where the camera was just like.
Yeah, we definitely want to avoid that.
Yep.
Do you want to show off the lens? You want to show off the? We've got new
Oh, yeah,
new
I
setup
want
out
it.
there, and the big news is we just posted our season 2 token as our Genesis post on Lens. So, if this is something that you're interested in, if you think you'd like to support our show, you want to get in on some raffles, you want to help us experiment with some token gating, get yourself a collect on this season 2 token, and that's what we're going to be using it for. We've got it posted for 23 Rapmatic with a 7% referral fee and 100 copies available. We're pulling up the post here. Nice. Looking fresh. Look at that
Yep.
homepage.
Anybody who saw it last night saw it not quite as fresh because Hobbs woke up and saw what I had done, and he was like, "Hey, I've got some suggestions." And
Oh,
that's
perfect.
great. That's why you get a creative designer on the team, because then you do things and they come along and they go, "We can do better." And hell yes,
Love it. Love it. So head on over to the From A to Z Lens page. Grab that season 2 token if you're interested in participating in our experiments. So like we said, we're going to try some token gating. We've got Rally, the launch of Rally coming up fairly soon, and that'll allow token gating. We might have some private streams. We might have some sort of informational something or others, workshops. There's a lot of ideas getting bounced around. But that token is going to be your pass to all things from A to Z. Face pointed out today, actually. What's that?
I'm responding to the chat. Sorry.
Perfect. Thank you for focusing. I'm on the other thing. Face, I noticed, posted in the GMI Discord today. This Genesis post is actually the current MVP on Lens. I think he's shared me a screenshot. I think this is from Lensport, and we are currently the MVP post on Lens.
Really?
Really?
That's pretty cool. Oh, I guess that's because of price? How does that work?
I think so, because we've already had 3 or 4 collectors at 23 Rapmatic each. We're probably one of the highest yielding.
We've had 3, so we're at 69 Rapmatic so far.
Perfect. So we're probably one of the highest grossing posts for the day, for the week, actually, that I see the screenshot.
Oh, you better have, get a screenshot of that. We got to post the screenshot of that. Just,
I have an image. What's the best place to put an image?
I mean, just save it for now. We'll repost it on Lens somewhere, but
I have
or you
a
can
link
share
right
your
now.
screen. Yeah.
Oh, that's a way to do it. Hold right up. Share screen.
I mean, we've been waiting on the Genesis post too, because we were like, well, what are we going to do? What are we going to say? What is this going to be about? And very cool.
Yeah, so
most valuable
for the week
post. Very cool.
So that'll help us get some more eyeballs too. It's all about just marketing and publicity and attention. And I think once our content is out there, people are going to find that hey, this is worth checking out. So Face, thanks for pointing that out. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you know this, but I guess we have to tell everybody, like, we are definitely already like thinking heavy about like, what are we going to do with this token? Like, obviously, token gated content is one thing, but it's also like, well, why are we doing it privately? Like, what's the value of being there? What are we going to do in those situations that we wouldn't want to do in a more public setting? And then
these are likely to be the value add things, right? These are likely to be workshops and topics that are maybe off of our regular path for these 3 shows, but we know our fans are interested.
And I just dropped, so far we got 3 audiograms. I have 1 more to put up there. Z5 leveling up, has done some editing and created some cool videos. So
giving him a shot.
Yeah, it's pretty good work. Some spicy clips there. I like what you chose, some stuff that's kind of information. I did notice one thing though. It was kind of funny because I was going through and posting things and I was like, all right, what am I going to post next? And I'm like, wait a second. We don't have any Aavegotchi clips for our Aavegotchi podcast. We have 3 that are about Lens and 1 that's about Rosie and Joe.
It was interesting getting those clips. It was tricky, but it was the first attempt, and now that we know we're going for shorts, it'll be easy to even plan ahead to know this is the topic I want to clip. This is the
Right.
short I want to make a little blip about. So we're getting there. We're leveling up.
Oh yeah, but they were definitely fun clips, and that's what I liked about
I
it.
thought so.
They're not boring, so it's like, yeah.
Let us know what you think. If you liked them, if you didn't like them, if there's topics that you'd like to see. Like maybe what you'd like to see in short is how-to videos or something. Let us know, because this is on our radar and the content we want to create. So feedback's always helpful.
I mean, that's true, because like with Lens, for instance, I could do more tutorials and videos like that, but obviously I'm very busy and I don't know what the value is. But if people are like, hey, this is something we want to do, well, then why not do it as a like token gated thing where like the people who are part of the community can come in and like get direct,
Yep. Thanks for being there early. Thanks for supporting us. Now we're going to hit you back with some explanations on stuff, or help setting up a ledger or something,
Actually, I mean,
for a while.
It is good content, because the intro to Lens protocol video that I made in August is still the #1 video on my YouTube. Like that month after month gets more views than any other video on my YouTube.
Onboarding is like evergreen.
6 months old. You know what I mean? Like,
it's good to know, though. It's good to know for sure.
So, and speaking of which, Foreign got their Lens profile today.
There we go. Those are the community updates we needed.
Yeah.
It's been a push. It's been a while. Now,
I think the Lens team might have been on vacation, because I had put in some requests for some addresses, and it was a long delay, and I don't like to be a pest. So,
but even with Foreign, we were talking about getting a Lens profile back at the Artist Summit. I think it's been a while, so I'm glad that's found a good home.
Yes.
Now, hopefully, Foreign will repost that Keck cube that was posted on Twitter months back, so I can throw some Matic at it.
Oh,
I have not forgotten.
Oh yeah.
What else? What else do you have for community highlights? I noticed that Stellar Hobbs was burning some pieces. I don't know if anybody else was watching, but day 1 burn and day 2 burn, unexpected, unannounced. He's doing a kind of a storytelling thing.
I like it.
Lens. It's looking cool.
There's been some cool mechanisms. I've been seeing some cool stuff.
And even those the Lens collects, the messages to announce the burns are cool. I collected both of those, and the day 1 burn is now my desktop background. So every time everything's closed, it's this clean black hole of nothingness.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
It's nice. What else have you seen? What's going on in the community?
Man, I'm trying to find it now. I saw a Twitter post, and I can't remember who it was now. And I had been looking for it all day, and so it's not going to pop up now. But somebody's doing a burn. Oh no, somebody's doing they're doing something different every week with a piece, and they have a whole formula written out. Somebody in the audience, you got to know who I'm talking about. They did a big thread talking about how they have 42 pieces left, and it's every week they're going to do something different at the community call based on the last digit of that the block at that time, whatever gas is during certain block of time on Saturday.
This sounds like a White Ranger move, but it does. I haven't seen it yet. I'm not familiar with
I don't think it's White Ranger, but
no.
And I like the post. I don't think I retweeted it though. Maybe I did. But I don't know. I've been looking for it. I don't think I'm going to find it right now. Hopefully somebody in the audience would know. But it was a cool thing, because it was
it's new variety.
There was based on 0, I think 0 was put one on the bazaar, 9 was burn, 9 was put one on GBM. And then every odd number between was, I don't know. I'm fucking the whole thing up.
It sounds fun though. It sounds just complicated enough to be random. Yeah. Roll the dice. We'll see. It's something new every week.
But there was a 40% chance that it would get burned every week.
42 pieces left, 1 a week, only at the Hangout.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Interesting.
I feel terrible for not having this tweet ready. I think I was on my phone, and you know how it is when you lose a tweet, it's gone.
Yeah,
you're
it
like,
is. They get lost in the feed, in the infinity wave. Well, I had another community highlight, another interesting piece that I saw happens again to be on Lens. Internet Face again. Internet Face and Stellar Hobbs teaming up to release a song with album art, one track every week for 2023, 52 tracks. They've committed to doing this weekly, and what a commitment. I don't think I would do it.
That is awesome.
I'm very impressed and looking forward to seeing and hearing these new drops every week. So if you're interested in either of those two artists, stay tuned.
Hell yeah.
Some good stuff coming.
He's back. What'd I tell you?
Hey, Mr. Rusty. Like, it's pet time, Dad. I need the pets. Put him on the head there. There we go.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, shoot. Well, what's going on with GMI? We came out of the new year pretty strong. We had the Secret Santa, worked out great. We had the celebration of the 10 Hall of Fame announcements, the community members that have had a strong impact and really helped shape Aavegotchi to be what it is today. Face says the album art's going to carry the whole project.
Yeah, right.
I doubt it. You'll be tripping over each other, though. I'll bet you that there will be some weeks that are like, damn, this album art is fire, versus, damn, this track is fire. You might be. You might be challenging each other.
I feel like I need to step up my game so that I can make enough Matic every week
to pay for them all. Yeah, I said rip to my rap Matic balance because I'm just going to collect them. It's all right. It'll be good. It'll be really good. But we've got coming up here Q1 2023, the launch of The Forge. Dr. Wagme and team have been working on this pretty intensely, and I think they're ready pretty soon to go live. Dr. Wagme reached out to GMI in our Discord and asked for some help in setting up the event and in helping with launch. So if this is something that you are interested in helping with in GMI, please reach out in the Discord. I think it's posted in the lodge in the general chat. So if you want to help with the celebrations and stuff around the launch of The Forge, let us know.
Nice. Cool. I thought you were saying The Forge had their own Discord for a second there.
Oh, no. Sorry. The GMI Discord.
Goddamn.
Yeah. No, they're busy building important stuff. They can't run a Discord.
Right.
Yep. But that's going to be exciting. I think there's already a lot of speculation going on the Bazaar. I've seen the discussions. I've been seeing pieces moving. People are scooping wearables with the intent to dismantle them. Like, they're in it for the cores and the essence only. So if there are wearables that you want to have, like maybe a pajama set or I don't know, snapshot set, they might not exist once we can burn them into little bits. So scoop.
The weird thing is, this is what's kind of funny. I have a feeling a lot of like things that I guess you could say like aren't cool, like the L2 sign and the snapshot and stuff like that. It's like, it's whatever.
Those are the ones I think are going to see the highest burn rates or the highest dismantling rates.
So does that suddenly make them the most rare commons?
Might be. You might be hard pressed to find a snapshot shirt if the alterations to the snapshot shirt once the Forge releases are superior.
Right. You know I mean? I have an Aave shirt. A lot of those might just get dismantled because people are like, fucking Aave shirt, you know?
Or the vote signs. How many times have we seen vote signs flood the market at 8 or 9 goes to pop?
Right.
Might only be a few of those left. You know, it'll be interesting to see what happens when people start weighing those economic benefits between, do I keep the piece? Do I speculate on owning this? Or do I tear it down and build something that's better to be utilized for PvP?
I guess what I'm wondering, though, I'm taking it to that next level of, does it now add value to these once useless wearables because they don't exist anymore? So if you're like...
I think when you see a common wearable with a starting supply of 1,000, get dismantled down to 500
Yeah, it's legendary now, right?
or whatever. Yeah, it's now significantly less common.
I mean, that's what a legendary is, right? 500.
That seems like a lot.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay.
It'd be like 1,000. I think it's 1,500, 100.
Oh yeah, I guess 500 would be an uncommon.
Is it
Or, yeah.
20, 10, 5? God likes 5.
Yeah.
How many mythical items do they do? 10? 20? I forget the number now.
Yeah.
But
that
yeah, you'll see.
Because we're the rest of what we had planned for the show, we're totally unprepared, obviously.
Yeah, we're gonna Google these things real quick.
I don't know.
I wasn't planning on diving into Forge.
I mean, I
details.
guess what we're getting into is that with the Forge, it doesn't matter, right? All these numbers are about to go crazy.
All of them are about to change. Yep, they're going to go down at least. They're not going to go up. You can't make
they are
a 1,001 snapshot shirt. You're only
they
going
are
to
going to go up
down.
in different. They're going to go up in different slots. The whole point of this was because we need more pets, and we want to.
Oh no, I don't think that's the point. Pets are intentionally being kept rare. Like they're going to make sure that pets are rare.
They'll still be rare because if you craft a new pet, it'll be a 1 of 1.
Now that's a cool feature for a pet.
I mean, until someone else crafts one. But the point is that the first one is the only one.
Oh, the first one. Okay.
So my point, but you're also like, it was the way of making new slots, making new things for different slots that may not have, that need more things for it to rebalance a little bit, but also not make more wearables. So you're right. In the long run, we will always be deflationary now, but some slots will now go up.
And
we'll see a rebalancing of slots.
Of slots, not pieces. So it's not like we'll have, there's not enough snapshot shirts, so we're making more snapshot shirts. It might be more along the lines of, we have a disproportionately low number of shirts generally, so we're going to release a new piece that is a shirt and increase the shirts count.
But from what I understand, we will be able to go backwards at some point, right? If you really wanted to, you could make an Aave shirt.
I guess it depends on how the cores and
schematics,
frames, the schematics work out. Goobs just hooked it up. This is way too big. Goobs hooked it up with the chart of rarity stuff. Let me share my screen here.
Rusty, you're very needy today, buddy.
So these are the original counts. As these wearables are released, these are the counts on their caps. Mythical is 10 to 50, so I guess it just depends on the piece.
Yep. There you go. Yep. But I mean, technically, like I said, so anything that gets forged is like automatically godlike, basically.
In terms of uniqueness, sure, yes. But not in terms of like the effect it'll have.
Yeah, not in terms of its BRS effect. But in terms of being a unique NFT.
For sure, yeah. I think customization is going to be huge. That'll be the motivator, I believe, when the Forge launches. People are going to be, I think, either customization focused or economic, like just a profit motive of the quick flip. And we're going to see, I think we're going to see some volatility in the wearables market.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I totally think that there's going to be people who just take things off the market and hold on to, the pieces and never craft anything, Yeah.
I mean? Who knows what other schematics will be released later. You might need to break it down and build a...
I'm telling you, he's going to take the camera out. He's after it.
He's getting pretty close.
He's like a shark.
Ding, dun, dun, dun. Yes, indeed. Well, hey man, have you been watching the fake queue?
Not really. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that because I need to put up another Lone Raffle and Sus, and
we could do that right now.
I could do that.
Get some fresh live eyeballs on it, I haven't been following it the way that I had been for weeks, just because
Busy.
Ghost poor right now.
No.
Well, I
Well,
don't
that
have the
too.
Ghost appointed anything, so if I look, it's just I'm missing out on all this stuff. But, yeah, here we go. The last I checked, a lot of cool pieces have hit the queue. A lot of fresh pieces, a lot of artists we recognize, a lot of pixel art, and I haven't seen that one. That
Which
Lev piece,
one?
that's cool.
Oh yeah, we were talking about this last week because I was talking
I
about
must
this
not have been looking at
overlay.
it.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Looks like there's a few that had been flagged for review, so they might get purged.
Yeah, I think all the ones that have been flagged have been sitting up there for a while.
Mhm.
So like, this is about where we probably chop. This is
I think so too. Yeah, some are ready for mint, and now we're getting close to the end of the queue. Yeah, some really cool pieces. I saw these cards this morning. I was, doing my morning catch up, jumping between discords. Popped into Gotchi Mafia's Discord, and I saw that the Gotchi Mafia Fakes channel is blowing up with a bunch of new pieces from Gotchi Bowls. So, man, Gotchi Bowls. Who else? Leonardo Gotchi. We had. Oh man, there was 4 or 5. There's a couple of cards in a series. Scroll up a little bit. Actually, you know what? This is it. This is it. That Molly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. White
That,
Ranger's got a bunch in there. They're all like movie homages.
some neat pieces. Have you seen this wanted poster?
Yeah, check that out.
Unique.
No, I haven't seen any of
The
this.
details on this are sweet. There are only 5, and they are IRL pieces of wood. They're planks of wood it's like burned in. The art is burned into the wood, and you receive the physical piece. But there's only 5.
What? Nice.
Very
That's
new.
cool. I actually have some art like that. Yeah. I have some of that burned wood art.
That's a Goobs piece.
Hanging on my wall, actually. Cool. That's awesome.
Looks like people are building card decks. There's 4 or 5 of those with that similar theme looking.
Oh yeah, this one.
Good. Yep.
Pretty cool.
I'm really glad the queue isn't like there's no lull. There's no people haven't just stopped making art. If anything, there's more art. I hadn't seen the Simpsons looking one. Nice.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw up another Lone Raffle and Sus on auction. I didn't even look to see where the other one's at. I haven't looked in days. Like I said, I haven't even looked at my own.
Did you set it up on a 7-day or what?
Yes. So it will be done Thursday. How long should I do this one?
Still to 1 hour. So he was paying attention. No. Make it another 7-day. How many do you have?
Yeah, I'll do
right
another
now?
7-day. Yeah.
So you've got one on GBM, none on Bazaar right now, correct?
Correct. So far, the only ones that have gone out are the ones that I gave out to certain people, and this 2 that are gone on GBM.
Just a
and actually, there actually is another opportunity for, I guess you could say, a buy it now. So in my thread that I made about Secret Santa, I realized while I was making the thread, because I was on Rarible and I don't go on Rarible very often, but I have a bunch of like Get Up Hero postcards, and they're ETH layer 1 NFTs. I don't think that worked. But so basically, like, there's 2 of them left out of a collection of 3, and anyone who buys the Get Up Hero ETH NFTs, I will airdrop a Lone Raffle and Sus Fake Gotchi.
Oh, very nice. That'll be a good way to get a little cross community attention there too. If you're, dropping a Polygon based Fake Gotchi onto someone who's collecting a mainnet ETH.
And I did it as like what I called like it was a secret thread. It was the post thread. because yeah, I'll stop sharing this. I don't know if it worked. I'll have to double check in a second. But basically I made a thread and I was done, and I did the whole like thread 1 of 9 through 9 of 9 thing. And then afterwards I had the idea and I was like, oh, I should do this. So then I wrote 10 of 9, 11 of 9. The thread keeps going.
Can't stop me.
Yep, I'm going. So wait, what is Face talking about here?
Where are you looking?
I just threw it up there on the screen.
The Hall of Fames. I don't know. Is there a raffle or competition for the holders?
Oh, so
I'm not aware of it if there is.
It's all like, from what I understand, I think, okay, so the Arcade Task Force has some that they're probably going to be able to GBM or put on Bazaar or whatever they want to do. But as far as I know, everybody who was in the Hall of Fame got 3.
Everyone who was, so all those 10 people got 3 of the cards?
Yes,
3 of the
they each got 3 of their own card.
Of their own? Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, they can trade those or put them on the Bazaar, whatever they want to do.
Nice.
So, and then other than that, I think the rest of the cards, whatever, I don't remember the exact distribution number, but whatever the rest of them, I think the ATF holds to be able to do as, they actually did say specifically that it would be player rewards. So I'm guessing those would be for like leaderboard rewards and stuff like that, you know?
So there'll be ways to acquire those later. I'm glad.
It sounds like there is no surefire way to acquire them. It's one of those things where you're going to have to always be paying attention and be ready to scoop when it happens.
It's going to be a hard collection to own all of.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Crap.
All right, I'm going to pop over and see if my auction worked or what happened. What we got next?
Well, let's see. I didn't have a ton on the community or the GMI highlights for this week. You know, just touch on the Forge launch and the successful Secret Santa, successful HOF. 2023 is just going to be building, you know, here, there, everywhere. We're all trying to go up only. I did see that there was a shipping update, first one of the year for Aavegotchi. We've got, I forget everything that was in there, but I know that the Christmas decorations are now available to be bought and sold on the Bazaar. Same with Halloween decorations and golden frames, golden NFT displays. Those are all available for buy and sell on the Bazaar. I got to pull that link up because I did not note it. Jeopardy music.
All right. The first time it did not work, I just created another GBM, so it should work.
And I have found the post and confirmed that that was all of the updates. So success all around. We're doing great. We're doing great.
Auction created. If you wanna go try to get you a loan raffle.
I feel very fortunate to have received one for Christmas.
This is interesting. The Forge piece is doing a giveaway for Forge materials on release day. The Forge is matching the amount of ghosts used to buy the Forge pieces and using it for mats for the giveaway.
Interesting. So how do what is the Forge piece?
I think it was in the queue last week. There was a Forge.
Is this the one that looked a little bit oh crap.
Let me go. I'm going to
Stranger Things. Was it kind of Stranger Things-y?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm mixing two of them up. Gotchi Bowl's Forge piece. Have I completely missed this piece?
I think you're just forgetting everything because you forgot that you had seen the other piece last week.
Well, I don't remember seeing the other piece. This one I do remember seeing now that I've seen it. That other piece was like, I don't remember it all. But this one, okay. So what do we got? 100 editions. Another Gotchi Bowls, Chubby Gotchi scene. The forge is matching the amount of ghost used to buy these fakes, and then using that ghost pile for giveaway mats. Very interesting. All right. Do we know how Gotchi Bowls is releasing this one? Is this going to be GBM, straight auction, or straight bazaar sale? Do we know? I haven't seen a distro on this yet.
Gotchi Bulls may be the artist and not the publisher on this one.
One every day, 24-hour auctions. Fuck, I'm glad Goobs is here. Thanks, man. You've got all the information I missed. Very good. One for sale right now, 50 ghost in the bazaar. Ah, all right.
Nice.
There's a lot going on in that piece. I'm looking at the details. I like it. I liked the liquidator locked up there. The little ritual going on in the back right. Some detail. Very fun.
Hell yeah.
Gotchi Bulls is a machine too, pumping them out.
I know.
44 to 50 ghost in auction. So if you're looking to pick one up on the GBM, there's your target. Man, cool thing that they're doing too. The mats giveaway. That'll be fun. Get people instantly into the forge, instantly making upgrades and customizing their pieces. I like that.
Hell yeah. So, oh man. So do we actually know when we're doing the forge party or the event, or like, do we have dates for that? Or is it just like, get ready? Get ready.
I don't have a ton of details. What I have is what was posted in the Lodge chat in the GMI server. And it was just the brief description of Dr. Wagme explaining what it will be. I am skimming it right now, and I don't see a date.
Yeah.
But we can get the details of that later.
Yep. Cool.
Also in the news, we've got some core proposals. Nothing fresh, nothing new. We've seen all of these before. These we've seen and reviewed multiple times now as SIG props, but now they're up for voting. They're AGIP's full-blown core proposals going forward. So AGIP 51 is election for the DAO Foundation's 9 directors and the multi-sig signers. This was a redo. There was some kerfuffle. A couple people, including myself, had dropped off of the initial list. They just wanted like a clean, fresh vote. So this is the official final vote for that. And it might just be like an approve deny because we've kind of already picked. I didn't read the details on that one, but that is multi-sig signers. AGIP 54, again, another one we've seen, is for creating the arcade task force. AGIP 55 is weighted voting. So this is one of the attempts that was being suggested to be put into place to kind of counteract some of the voting weight issues that we've been seeing coming up, especially with like larger groups, the Ford or the Vault and whoever else, when they're voting with large piles of voting power. Weighted voting is just a snapshot setting. Nothing really to learn except for the first time you do the vote on snapshot, if this were to go through, what you'll see instead of a selection of choice A or choice B is an array of like percentage ranges where you can give 20% of your vote to option A and 80% of your vote to option B, or 50-50. If you're totally indifferent to the outcome, you don't care, you can vote indifference by voting for both equally.
Yeah.
And the big thing with that... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No. I was just going to say the UI is actually pretty intuitive because basically you just click everything you want and it will automatically change the weighting for you.
To balanced.
Yes.
So if you select 5 options, it'll give you 20% on each.
Exactly.
But from there, that you can tweak and balance.
It's not like you have to,
if you'd like.
Okay, so you can actually like go in there and change.
I can intentionally weight. Oh yeah, yeah. I can give you 5% and your
I've never seen
95%.
Yeah, I've seen like on Snapshot where you can select multiple choices and it will automatically rebalance the whole thing. But I didn't know you could micro array. Like, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's cool.
And should be
So
helpful. So in the event that the vault, for example, has like 2 very close weighted votes, it's not going to just default to all of the voting power for the one selection, ignoring everyone else's inputs. You know, it'll be, you'll get the same or a similar blend of votes from the vault as you will from the community. Ideally, you know, that's kind of what we're hoping for from this adjustment.
right. I mean, I think it's definitely better. I could see it having its own issues.
Sure, even bugs, you know, it's new. It's something new and different. So we're opening ourselves up to a risk in that sense as well.
Yeah, I mean the two biggest risks I can see are, well, the first obvious one is that this doesn't actually fix the problem of one organization having too much weight, because if they determine they're going to throw their weight at one vote, well, then it doesn't matter, because
That's true.
as a matter of fact, it actually brings me to my second point, which is it hurts everyone else, because now you can't reach a quorum on anything because you've weighted your vote across all of the votes, and now no one achieves quorum.
Only if you want to wait. You don't like
Right.
you can vote 100%. It just
No,
having
I
that weighted
understand,
option allows you to
but
adjust if you want to.
you have that potential of not being able to reach quorum because everybody has divided themselves thinly, and now nothing achieves quorum.
But your vote still counts, so quorum would
Yeah,
be met.
yeah.
You might not achieve the percentage needed to pass the supermajority or whatever, but quorum, if you vote at all, you're counting towards quorum, even if you vote balanced on both sides. The vote is what gets counted for quorum, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, no. In order to pass, it has to reach quorum. So any particular thing needs to reach quorum in order to pass. So if the
Yeah.
quorum is set to a point where, say, if there were, it would really only happen in the case that there's too many choices, and the amount
If you
of
participate,
choices,
you count. If you participate at all, your vote counts toward quorum. So even if you balance it across all
I
the
understand
answers,
that, but what I'm
Okay.
saying is one thing can't win if it doesn't achieve quorum. So if all 4 votes never reach quorum, then nothing wins. You see what I'm saying? You have to,
I see
quorum
what
is
you're
actually
saying,
a standard that you have to hit. So if, say, if
but
you
it's just
have to hit,
collective. It's collective responses, though. It doesn't matter the count. It's not quorum on each individual answer. It's quorum on the proposal itself.
is that the way it works for Aavegotchi? Because that's not the way
Yeah.
quorum works in general. In general, so say, like, let's relate it to like normal politics. Like, if the House has to reach a 2/3 vote and they don't reach a 2/3 vote, nothing happens.
So
There
that's not
is
quorum.
no.
That's true, but that's not quorum. That's it's like the defining the majority or whatever. There's 2 things.
Right,
You have to reach
right.
quorum, which is the level of participation in the vote itself, and then you have to pass by a certain amount to be considered winning.
Right.
But quorum itself is just the participation level. So if you were to vote, even with weighted, and split your vote across everything, you're still counting your full weight as part of quorum that's participated in the proposal.
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. I mean,
So I guess it just depends on how it's defined in terms
right,
of
because
that
I've heard
winning gap.
within Bankless early in the GSE conversations, there was a big thing about individual things not reaching quorum. And they were using it in that context that this vote cannot reach quorum. Overall, we got enough votes, but nothing won.
I see. Okay, so that's definitely a possibility. That's a possibility. If we reach quorum and it makes the vote valid, but there's not a large enough gap to say that this one is definitively the winner.
Exactly.
And it still technically reaches quorum, but it doesn't pass.
If you have 3 votes and they all get 33% of the vote, nothing happens.
Which one do you pick? Yeah. You've got all your votes. You just
if the
haven't reached an
threshold
outcome.
is one has to hit 50 or 60% and nobody hits 60%, then nobody wins.
There you go.
That's the point I'm getting to. So,
okay.
And honestly,
we'll
the funny thing about
the
funny thing about this specific conversation about quorum and what's the other majority? Yeah. There was actually a large debate about this in both the GSC and the Grants Committee meeting about this.
It has to be defined.
There was an argument about definition, and it was largely because, like, you know, it's an international community. So it was like one person was like, no, that's not the way it works here. And then they're like, well, that's how the way it works here. And it's like, well, we need
to realize all of a sudden, oh shoot, we're all working this differently. We have to come to a consensus for a system to be smooth.
It's why I love words. They really,
such as Web3.
They barely function, you know. I've been having this, you know, not to get too into the weeds on this, but I've been having this really funny thought that like the arguments about money can actually be like extrapolated and just turn it back to language and try to think about money as a language and turn and think about language as a technology and then try to like move those metaphors back and forth, because in a lot of ways, like the reason we can't agree on things about money is the same reason we can't agree on things about words, because it's a good enough technology, but it's not actually precise. It's a good enough technology.
I see it. That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you can say a lot of words to people that like you say this word and I get an image in my head and we think we're having the same conversation. But in actuality, what that word means to you and what that word means to me are vastly different. And when we really get into the weeds is when you start to see those fissures and you're like, wait, I thought we agreed, but we don't agree at all. And this is religion and politics. And
and that's to prove your point. That's where the language kicks in as that, you know, that barrier, almost that just barely good enough tool.
Right.
There are languages, and just because I want to jump on this for a second, there are languages that have words for stuff that, for example, English doesn't. Like you might find a word for, I've seen these infographics too, but like a word for like longing or reading a book and feeling a particular feel, something specific that like Japanese, for example, might have a word for, but English doesn't have a word for that. So if you're in a situation like that, now you're using two different incompatible tools where you might be able to transmit the exact message you're thinking of in your head. And I'm just like, what is a screwdriver? You know, how am I going to pick up and act on what you're trying to tell me if I don't know the words?
It's funny you chose screwdriver for that one, because I worked with this one crew a long time ago that always called a flathead screwdriver a flat blade. And like like always called it a flat blade.
I've never heard that.
And it's funny because I've actually never heard it from anybody else, but I picked it up and I said it to a few people randomly, and they
call you out.
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is a flat blade.
Nobody's getting cut here. You're just a screwdriver.
But you know, yep.
Words, tools,
words. I mean, I was telling you yesterday about I love words. I'm really into yeah. My whole journey down the credenza.
Yes, the credenza. That's a whole. We're not going to unpack that, but that's
we're not going to unpack the credenza. But maybe we'll get into it another time. That'll be a whole spin-off series.
Token gated. We'll do that token gated.
Token gated.
If you want to learn about credenzas, get that token. All right, let's wrap up the proposals quick. Like I said, there's nothing deep, so we can run through. The last one is just funding the Alchemica spending competition. You know, we talked about that, where there'd be a leaderboard, and the more you spend on different schedules, it would just be a competitive Gotchiverse build out. So that's.
And I mean, on that one, we kind of had we had some opinions on that one. I think Michaelium said it best when it's like, hey, this is a great experiment. Maybe we don't need to throw more money at it until we've tried it. Like, let's try it with 25K, and then maybe next time we'll throw 80K at it.
Yeah, this is actually, that's a good point to re-clarify this one. This is 25K is already approved by Pixelcraft, and the proposal is asking for another 55K from the player rewards wallet, Pixelcraft's player rewards wallet. So we're already having the Alchemica competition. It's just a matter of, do you want to mega fund it or have it regular, what PC had already kind of.
Yeah, I think funding it at the original level makes more sense, because like you basically want to spend 3 times as much for something that like we haven't even tried yet to see if it works. So that would actually give us 2 more experiments, you know, like if
that's true. That's a good way to think about it. We could
do this more and try it with different metrics again if we don't throw all the money at it now.
That would be my preference as well. And we've kind of touched
And then
on this
also,
sustainability.
I know this isn't going to change, but we talked a lot about how it shouldn't be funded in Ghost. It should have been funded in Alchemica and not Ghost.
I remember that discussion. Yeah.
But
if that's something that you would like to,
bank,
right? And the discussion period is pretty much over. We've moved past. We're out of the forums. We're out of the sig props. Now it's like, you want it or not. Here's your AGIPs. So at this point, I think it's less discussion and more vote. So if that's something that you feel strongly about, hop in there and make sure your voice is heard.
Rusty feels strongly about it. He had to come show us his butthole.
Thanks, Rusty. Nice.
Let's turn around and face the camera, buddy.
He's like, I was.
You're cuter this way.
Cats are fun. Fam, did we miss anybody? Did we miss anything? Are there discussions on the forum that really should be on our radar and we've missed? Quick question for the group.
Quick question because I have been totally tuned out. Like I said, I've been elbow deep in projects in the studio, working my ass off.
Well, we'll call that a no for this week. And if you do think of stuff, shoot, let us know. Thanks, Goobs. Nice. Well, that's all I've got for the show notes for today. We've perfectly on time. We've covered all our points. We're at closing points here. We're ready to wrap it up and get ready for Touch Grass.
Yeah, I guess all we can say is that, we're about to do Touch Grass on Twitter Spaces. I guess we're going to move to the studio and experiment with trying to record this on the back end and maybe it didn't work out very well. I don't know if anybody rewatched the live last week, but the audio was off by about 30 seconds. So we're just like
16.6 seconds. That was fun. I had to do the audio shift for the shorts. So if you did watch the full episode, it's going to be confusing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to work on that. We might just have to keep it on Twitter and record locally. And, one way or another, we'll make sure it gets out there in high quality and the audience can still participate, because that was the important part. That's what we were shooting for with the Twitter Spaces.
Yep. And I think anything else?
No, we got our Tuesday night blocks filled up, our Friday night blocks filled up.
Zombie time after the Twitter Spaces.
That's right. And we're looking at if any new programs or material or whatever comes out. We are conscious of our European friends, and we would like to adjust or maybe provide new content in hours that are, enjoyable, convenient, accessible for our European friends. So if you'd like to see some content, you're in that time zone, reach out, let us know what works best for you. We've got a recommendation. I think it was like 8 to 10 p.m. UTC.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right? So we're thinking about shooting for something in that range. Let us know if that works for you, or if you'd like to see something else instead.
And I want to say that would be like, for me, that would be like 2 to 4. So that's actually not that far off from kind of what we're already doing.
Yeah. Mid-afternoon, we could make that work. No problem.
Yeah. we could always do we could always do a 2-hour block before D420 and then going into D420, like
we could. We'll just have to see. We'll see what the community wants.
Those
see
2
what's
hours. Yeah. Do something.
But hey, you know where to find us. We're here all night Tuesday, GMI server all night Friday. Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
Yep.
From a Chips brand one time.
Definitely get that season 2 token, because actually, I guess we might as well drop it, because we do have one more thing to say. Like, we are going to be changing out the items on the Zimtimo GMI shop. We're going to put up some new stuff, take out the old wearables, put up some new stuff. But we're also especially because some of those things were specifically holiday pieces, so those got to come down for real. And then we're going to do a raffle for our From A to Z collectors on the Genesis post at the end of the month. At the end of January, we're going to do a raffle. I don't know when the snapshot will be, but sometimes towards the end of January, we'll take a snapshot of everyone that's collected, and Lens has raffle capabilities, so we'll use a Lens raffle tech and try it out. Maybe we'll even do a little like tutorial on it and see how it works.
There you go. So there's the alpha. Those tokens are a chance to win a GMI quality, nice t-shirt, some GMI wearables.
I mean, it might not be a GMI shirt. It might be a From A to Z shirt that we haven't seen yet.
There you go.
Know, like
I guess I just meant from the shop, from the GMI shop. But yeah,
for sure. So that's our first utility.
Check out those tokens.
The Genesis post.
I think for what is 23 Matic is about $18-19 today. So for an $18-19 entry, you're looking at a potential $50 shirt. That's
not bad.
We're trying to make it. We want to make these access tokens, these season tokens, worth your while. So if you're interested and you want to help us out, go grab one.
Cool.
Other than that, we are ready.
Yeah. See y'all in a few minutes in Twitter Spaces, and thanks for being here with us, friends.
Thanks again. Bye, everyone.